Hello, and welcome back for another Llorwyn Eclipsed Premier Draft. We've got a choice here between a Merfolk card and then a generically good blue card. Glamour Gifter, the 1-2, or the Wanderbrine Trapper, the 2-1. I think I'll take Wanderbrine Trapper. I'm going to bias heavily towards making an Elf or Merfolk deck. We've been drafting a lot of Elementals because they're open, but I think elves and merfolk are so generically strong that we should bias towards them. I wouldn't blame anyone who'd take the Glamour Gifter here. Kithkin are also a viable deck. I don't know that the Kithkin is better than the Sky Swimmer. It probably is. All the Eclipse cards are good. Let's take a Sky Swimmer to go with our first pick and ignore these two Eclipse cards for now. Okay. Preacher, and we're still Merfolk. I don't see anything strong enough here to diverge from the plan. Midnight Tilling is alright in the Elf deck. Rooftop Percher is actually alright in kind of any deck. I think this is going to be a card we end up running a healthy amount of time just because the Changeling lets it work in the Elf and Merfolk deck. The life gain is relevant, and exiling cards from the graveyard is good when you're playing against elves. And they have like that Morkan size enchantment. Here, the best cards unfortunately are Blight Rot and Eclipsed Flamekin, but we can take Liminal Hold and not be embarrassed. This is a Kithkin card. Sourbred Auntie is good. I guess we'll take that and see. Red-white is not really an archetype you want to end up playing often, but Sourbred Auntie is the best card here, so we'll take it still. I'm not thrilled by the 2-3 Merfolk. Here we can take a Gravel Gale Scoundrel, continue on the Merfolk plan. Shore Lurker can be played in a pinch, but we hope not to. Feisty Spikeling is one of the worst shapeshifters here, as is Gangly Stompling. Okay, now unexpected assistance is here. That's great. Below average Merfolk start, I would say here. But elves didn't look particularly open. It didn't look like we drew any strong elf cards, really. Yep, just kind of weaker packs this time around. We'll take, I guess, the Changeling Wayfinder and hope not to play it. I do not want to play Wild Unraveling, especially in best of one. Take one Runaway Together. This is also a card that I do not want to be playing, but I don't feel embarrassed by one copy if the opponent is playing enchantment removal. This is a lot more palatable. And there's the Rooftop Percher we were talking about. Alright, next pack. And there's another Sky Swimmer. so we'll take that. Probably wheel a Sun-Dappled Celebrant or a Scoundrel. Shine Striker would be alright. Brigid is going to be played. We don't have green for it. And we hope to wheel a 2-drop, either a Mischievous Sneakling, a Preacher, and then we'll play a Spikeling or Sentinel if we absolutely have to. But just a 3-mana 3/2 that makes a 1/1 is good enough. Temporal Cleansing or the Sky Swimmer here? I think we want the Temporal Cleansing at this point. We want removal. Clutch and Festival can be good in the Merfolk deck because it adds multiple bodies for 1 card. Gives us something to do with our mana. Unwelcome Sprite is fabulous. It's not a Merfolk, but we will take it and play it. We also don't have many cards that care about Merfolk. And by many cards, I mean we don't have any cards that say they need to target a Merfolk. Now we do. There's the Deep Channel Duelist. We have the Lord. And we're going to have to give up a Temporal Cleansing and Clutch and Festival again. It will be well worth it. These Lords make the Merfolk deck so much more powerful. Same with the Elf decks. But I feel like the Elf decks are less reliant on it because you can still make a billion 2/2s with Morkant's Eyes, the green enchantment that makes 2/2 elves for each elf in your graveyard. Whereas you don't really have that in the Merfolk deck. Here we'll take, I guess, another Shore Lurker. Once again, I hope not to play it. Here we'll take the Vaulter. The Vaulter Gravelgill Scoundrel combo is not too bad sometimes. 3 power, unblockable. Can be used to finish off opponents when you've exploded onto the board with a bunch of creatures, but can't necessarily punch through board stall. Another Gravelgill Scoundrel it is. Gravelgill Scoundrel version 3. Get in the deck. Alright. Take a Spikeling. Try not to play it. It is made more powerful by the Lords as it becomes a 3 power for a striker with Deep Channel Duelist. We'll take Wary Farmer, but it is pretty hard to cast with the double white. And I think we'll take a Spikeling over Appeal to Urdu. Appeal to Urdu just has not been very appealing. The +1 toughness hasn't been enough to survive combat. You still end up trading too much of the time for me to want to pick that up. And here we'll take, I think, a Wonderbrine Preacher. More life gain. A Clutch and Festival would be nice. Kirill, I think, is too hard to play. If he's here on the wheel, we'll pick him up, but I think it's Wonderbrine Preacher or Clutch and Festival here. We're trying to win. I mean, there's nothing really for us here besides the Appeal to Urdu that we can even play. We don't have ways to discard. There is the 2/3 Merfolk that can discard cards if we try to splash green for Brigid and the command. Here we'll take either Everstrike's Gift. I think we fly anyways, or a Convoke card. We should Convoke pretty well. Make multiple bodies with Brigid. We make Wonderbrine Tapper come down on turn 1. We gain life off Wonderbrine Preacher. And we've got 2 Sky Swimmers, so let's take the Celebrant. It's just good enough to play here, I think. It's better than the Wonderbrine Distractor, at least. And I like a Reaping Willow. Harry Potter Had me saying Weeping Willow there. Hard to cast with 3 white, but still good enough to splash in green-black elves and blue-white merfolk, in my opinion. There's the Silvergale Peddler. I don't mind having one of those. We don't have a ton of draw besides the unexpected assistance. Take the Wanderwine Distractor and hope not to play it. This card is a Kithkin, but it's like more of a merfolk in some of these heavy convoke decks. What are we convoking with? 2 Sky Swimmers, a Celebrant. Is that it? Do we actually want that, or do we want another Peddler? I think 1 Peddler is fine. We'll take a Sneakling here. It's a lot of Gravel Gale Scoundrels. Let's take a Quachin Festival. And Bukazai will be taken, but it won't be played. Alright, Wanderwine Distractor goes to the sideboard. And that's looking like that will be the deck. We are low on removal, I will say that. We can tap down things with the Trapper, but we're really only removing things with Liminal Hold and Temporal Cleansing. Bouncing stuff temporarily with Runaway Together. So we're going to have to try and push damage through with our Grapple Gills and our Flyers. Okay, well, this looks like the deck. Let's run it. I would say this is a below average Merfolk deck. Not enough removal, not quite enough power, but got a good amount of Convoke and pretty good balance apart from that lack of removal. So I do think it could do well if we pilot it correctly here. Let's keep this only white. Only white. That could be rough. Okay, there we go. Thank goodness. We are willing to trade our 1-drop for his 2-drop here. Must be blocked. Okay. Well, what we can do is we can convoke out a Sun-Dappled Celebrant this turn. Four mana, 5/6. Oh wow. 5/6 is not big enough, but we do have removal. And I think it's going to be better to actually bounce it away with Runaway Together. Is it? As he had to behold an elf that was on the field because he's playing red and white in addition to green. Let's do that. No merfolk to speak of just yet. Besides the Sneakling. He actually opts to not play the Champions of the Perfect again. So, we can attack with Sun-Dappled Celebrant. Can we play Brigid and convoke out the Sky Swimmer? Let's attack first with the Celebrant. Play Brigid. And then we have 5 bodies. Invoke out Sky Swimmer, no issue. Okay. 3 blockers. 3, 6, 7 attackers, 4 get through. We do 1, 2, 3. 5 damage. That's not enough, but what if we play the Duelist? Then we do, let's say he blocks the most damage. He blocks 1, 2, 3. Then we do 3, 5, 6, 7. So unless he has something for 1 white, I guess he has 1 mana here. That could be convoke, he's dead. So, in that case, let's play Liminal Hold. Take care of Champions of the Perfect. And swing out here. Excellent. Hooray. As they say. Game 2. Verse Day. Let's keep it. No real exciting cards yet, but we have a decent curve. Ooh, Iron Shield Elf. It's one of the best 2-drops in the set. Probably the best uncommon 2-drop. Let's get the life gainer out first. Yeah, no thank you. And he's fetching blue in his green-black elf deck. Interesting. Wonder what that splash is for. We can attack with our Wanderbrine Preacher here. We play Brigid, we have 3 cards to convoke with. That's not enough to do anything. Champions of the Perfect version 2. Alright, we do not have one of our 2 removal spells in hand this time. Oh, we do, actually. Just don't have the mana to play it. If we play the Peddler, we're 1 short of convoke mana for Marrow's Sky Swimmer. So, let's just get the Sky Swimmer out. Okay, we do hit a land. And now, I think we need to remove that Champions of the Perfect. I would love to pump the Merfolk Deep Channel Duelist, but Champions of the Perfect has got to go now before he draws a billion cards. Alright, and we'll unexpected assistance at the end of his turn. If we have to discard a playable, it might actually be the Silver Gale Peddler. No, that's crazy. We'll hit a land, we'll want to drop these two in the same turn. That's probably Gravelgill Scoundrel, plus we've got two other copies. This will be a 3/4 blocker. Okay, what has he got? What has he got? Let's block the Wayfinder. 5, 9. We can take 9 damage. Especially since we're gaining 2. Cool, we get to discard a planes and double drop these two next turn. We're gonna attack with everything but the Kithkin token here. Boo, we got to see our 1/1. Alright, let's take this here. We'll chump eventually with that 1/1, I'm sure. But for now, we'll keep it around in case we draw a Convoke card. No way to tap the Silvergill Peddler or Wanderbrine Preacher just yet. Next turn, we'll be able to with the Gravelgill Scoundrel, but it looks like we're just a little bit too far behind on board to catch up here. Let's block the most damage. We'll do 9 damage here, and we'll die. So we need to block like this. Three is pretty big. Okay, well, I think we need to filter through a card here. So even though we need Silvergill Peddler as a blocker, we're still going to tap it. And that's going to be all she wrote. Elves are good. The Elf Lord is good. I don't think there's anything we could have done better there. So we'll just get into the next one. Okay, well, let's keep it. It's got a 2-drop. It's going to be hard to cast that Reaping Willow. But at the very least, we're playing the Sneakling and then convoking out Temporal Cleansing. Ooh, what is that? It's the Mud Button Curse Tosser. What a name. Here we'll quote unquote get him a little bit when he attacks with the Mud Button Curse Tosser. Flash in the Sneakling, block it, and then he won't have a 2-power creature to target with its death effect. The Gristle Button. So it looks like the opponent is stuck on 2 lands. Do not mind seeing the last scene Tarfire. I think Merfolk have a good matchup against Goblins. With all this life gain, this life drain, we kind of live through it with life gain. And we also have lifelink in hand if we can play this thing out. We don't have our Wanderbrine Preachers, but there are 2 copies in the deck that will gain us 2 life whenever we convoke with them or attack. So here, we could get 4 bodies out, and then that wouldn't be enough to convoke the Sky Swimmer. We can play the Gold Meadow Nomad. It's basically free in terms of convoke mana. So let's do that. Never going to be able to pay that green, unfortunately. But we do, fortunately, hit our 4th land. So, this turn, let's attack with, of course, our Sky Swimmer. I think we're also happy to trade Brigid for either his Boggart Curse Crafter or the Brambleback Brute. The Brambleback Brute. Sourbred Auntie is a good card. Ooh, just takes it. How do we feel about Gravelgill Scoundrel? We don't get a huge benefit from tapping our creatures, so I'm going to bin it. Here, I like sending back the Curse Crafter. Makes sense that he bites before that creature has to go. And the opponent has an excellent name. Truly spectacular. The Hungry Monkey. He does put it second from the top, okay? We're all the way down to 9. We will have to be careful here. Not to die to lasting tar fire. Grub, uh-oh. When this creature enters or transforms, return up to 1 target goblin. It's the Sourbread Auntie. To hand. At the beginning of your first main phase. That's not this turn, it would have to be his next turn, right? Okay, that's some life gain as well. The Liminal Hold gives us 2 life and... One, 2. Do we want to pop that or play Gravel Kill Scoundrel? I think we want to pop the Liminal Hold. Take care of Grub. He does not blight so that he doesn't remove Bristle Glutton as a blocker. It's like he's starting to get a little bit worried about his own life total. Just a little bit more life gain and I feel better about our situation. So, a Plains, either copies of our Wanderbrine Preachers. Those would make me feel better. Yikes, that's going to do 2 damage from the Lasting Tarfire. But now he's either removing a single counter from Brambleback Brute this turn, or he's not going to have any blockers threatening to kill a creature. Because the removal of a counter on Brambleback Brute is at sorcery speed. Yep, there it is. Alright, Brigid, get in there. We do have enough planes to play the Reaping Willow now. And we can get back, if it lives, a Mischievous Sneakling or Gravel Gill Scoundrel. The Hungry Monkey is thinking about activating Gristle Glutton now, putting us down to 5. And he's gotten us surprisingly close to dead without doing very much combat damage. I mean, he did get to poke us at the beginning with this little mud button. Curse Tosser. And the Boggart Curse Crafter. But a lot of this damage has been done from Lasting Tarfire. Gravel Gill Scoundrel is going to be able to attack without being blocked. I think that's going to be more important than the extra power on Mischievous Sneakling. And here we can attack in with the Reaping Willow and a Brigid. Cool. This 3 life gain feels very important. Getting the Boggart Curse Crafter off the field is also going to be very nice. He's going to be able to put a blight counter on Boggart since it has Death Touch. It's going to kill Reaping Willow whether it has 1 or 2 power. And I guess we keep the land in hand in case we draw a Silver Gill Peddler or our unexpected assistance. Third Gravel Gill Scoundrel. Ooh, Gut Splitter Gang. Well, I think we play our third Gravel Gill Scoundrel out, and that is one of the creatures that we tap when we attack with these guys. Or I guess they can tap each other. Okay, so now we can poke him for 3 damage. Do we die on the crackback? Pokes us for 2 here. Can poke us for 2 here. And then 2 on our turn, and that should be fine. As long as he doesn't have a card like Tweeze. There's also the card that does 2 damage to any target, 1 damage to any other target. So as long as he doesn't have that or Tweeze, I think we get to live here. Maybe the Gut Splitter Gang is the right thing to blow up there, but we're going to go for lethal here. As long as he can't remove 2 creatures. Don't gain any life, he's dead. Cool. And we attack with Gold Meadow Nomad in case he needs to dig again. He needs to tap that card, and then we poke through that damage. All right. 2-1. Okay. Here we are with our Wanderbrine creatures. Our Sneakling and our Peddler basically are less impressive Merfolk cards. But it's a playable curve, so we keep it. Okay, opponent is playing blue-black. You don't see that very often. That's the second lowest win rate color pair in this set. I hope that it climbs as elves and merfolk and Kithkin get overdrafted, because it does look like it's cool. I do enjoy a good control deck, so I like the theme of playing cards on your opponent's turn. Looks like he's gonna remove the Peddler. Yo. Can we play this 1, 2, 3, and then... No, this will add 2 creatures. This will add 2 creatures as well. But one of these will be a flyer. And we'll be able to attack this turn. All right, I don't think I care too much about the Wanderbrine Preacher. Let's send it to the bottom. Technically has counterspell mana, and if that counterspell was run in a deck, it would be blue-black play cards on your opponent's turn. Yup, there it is. The counterspell. And here's where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we attack with Wanderbrine Preacher and just play Marrow Sky Swimmer. I assume he'll have a lot of removal in blue-black. Although there's the 2/3 flyer. What do we get rid of? The Windmill Hold. Three, 6. Yeah, we can just play this straight up and attack with everything. Because he could have card discard. Let's just play out that land. And because we have to, since our Marrow Sky Swimmer is dead and we can't convoke it anymore. Unwelcome Sprite. We have one of those. Let's keep this in hand for discard in case we get our unexpected assistance. I assume he'll trade for the Wanderbrine Preacher here. Yep. We gain 2 life, he gains 2 life. Okay. Hopefully that card is nothing. It's not. Glamour Might. He does jump. Wow. All right. I like sending this back now. Hitting him for 6. And that's why blue-black is a lower win rate. It's very cool, but we didn't see any payoffs for playing cards on our turn. I think it's basically that tome splitter that you need to get enough copies of to make that deck work. Okay, let's keep it. Can't play these 2 cards, but we've got 3 cards we can play as long as we get there with Convoke mana. We need essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more mana to get there. Eclipsed Kithkin after Gold Meadow Nomad is a little terrifying. We're not going to attack here, as we really need this Wonderbrine Preacher for Convoke mana to get started. We really need to get it started in Okay, well that will help us Convoke at least. No, thank you. Just gonna have to take 4. And a land is nice, even though we would rather see a plains here. If we play this, we'll have 4 creatures. I think we actually want to get the Sun Dappled Celebrant out here. This adds 2 mana back, and then we have 4 mana, and that's short of playing another Marrow Sky Swimmer. So let's Convoke this bad boy. Ooh, Reaping Willow. Spooky scary, but he cannot attack through this turn. And now we can Convoke out Sky Swimmer into another Sky Swimmer, right? Makes 5 creatures. So I think we actually want to block the Surly Farrier here. As he's going to get a CMC 3 or less mana card back this turn. Ooh, Gallant Foul Knight is spooky scary. It's going to be a lot of first strike, and we do hit an island. Thank goodness. We'll drop a Peddler. Attack with a Sky Swimmer. And we'll send Crossroads Watcher back. No attacks this turn. No Foul Knight. 7 mana pass. That seems kind of crazy. Let's attack with our Sky Swimmer first. See what happens. He has no reach. Kingsvale Aspirant. Okay. He's saving his Foul Knight for something spooky scary. I think we play this out so we can tap down something spooky scary. But let's see if that's how it shakes out. We can tap Wonderbrine Preacher here if we really want to play that Plains out first. I think we do. Since we know he has the Gallant Foul Knight in hand, we're scared of a big swing. Was that it? All right, and he scoops. That's kind of crazy. He still had 2 cards in hand. We'll take it. All right, here we are. Next match against Rail God 420. And we have no 2-drop, but we're going to keep this hand. Midnight Tiling. First Elves. And he doesn't get a permanent card. Ooh, that stinks. Oh, no, I guess the land counts, but he doesn't get a non-land permanent. And we do draw a 2-drop, so that's nice. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-drop, but this is really going to be cheaper with the Convoke. Oh, look at that. He could flash in the 4/2 elf, and I would be totally fine with that. I'm totally okay trading either of our creatures for that thing. Oh, or a Sneakling, I guess. He didn't want to trade for our Wonderbrine Preacher. Wonder if that means he has an Elf Lord that's going to pump that thing to be a 3/3, or if he has Assert Perfection and needs a creature on board to use it to make one of our creatures go boom boom. You should probably boom boom our Tributary Vaulter if it is Assert Perfection he's looking at in hand right now. Okay, well, I guess if he's got reach, we're in trouble here. His 4/2 would eat our 1/3. So what we probably should have done is attacked with the Vaulter and the Waterbrine Preacher and left the Wonderbrine Trapper back home. So I could spend 1 mana to tap. That's what's got. Okay, we luck out and he doesn't have the 4/2 reach creature. Thank goodness. No, thank you. We need 1 more white mana for Sundappled Celebrant, but we can use a white creature to fulfill that need. Okay, let's see. Just the flyers attack, I believe. Because then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap the Wanderbrine Preacher and cast our Celebrant. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Attack out with everything? You can't flash in the 4-2 reach. So let's put this on the flyer. We could have gone for a lethal here, but there's the +2/+2 and hexproof that we've already seen, right? So we can have another copy of that. Blossoming Defense. It's pretty good. There's no board wipes in his colors. Let's just remove the cavalry here. And get another dub against Rail God 420. All right, 5-1 is not bad for this deck. Not in the face will be our next opponent. And this is a keepable hand. 2, 3, 4, 5 is our curve. I don't know if we'll play it exactly like that because this is a draw spell, this is a removal. So it doesn't always work out like that, but we'll see. This is a scary turn 1. This thing, no lie, will gain like 8 to 10 life sometimes when you play it early. Well, the good news is with Spiral into Solitude, we can still use that thing for Convoke. Looks like he's actually Kithkin colors instead of elves. I figured he wouldn't block. Probably make that life loss up with life gain. Marrow Sky Swimmer is definitely worth keeping when we have a scoundrel just sitting there asking to be convoked. Bree is a problem. I think we do need to skip playing Sky Swimmer to remove that thing. It is very scary. Cannot let him get free breeze. This thing will let him play cards for free. And we can attack for 5 if we remove it as well. Yeah, another target creature you control gains fine lifelink until end of turn. He didn't have a scary creature for that just yet. The emissary only has 1 power. But if he gains life off playing creatures, that also counts towards the cards he can play for free. So let's drop the Unwelcome Sprite, the Gavelgill Scoundrel, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures we can convoke with. Meaning we can attack with this Shard Worker. Please don't blow anything up just yet. Okay, that's fine-ish, because he doesn't have a giant creature to do a bunch of lifelinking damage at this point. But that's a problem because we only have one other removal spell in the deck. Temporal Cleansing. Run away together would buy us some time. And yikes. I am grateful that he cannot activate. He can activate his effect, actually. But he would have to tap his Great Forest Druid. And it would only target the virulent emissary. So here, let's just take 8, right? Doesn't have lifelink. Let's get rid of this island, with his plains, with his Wanderbrine Trapper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can tap 2 creatures, except if he's going to kill one. That's 1 creature to tap. So if he kills that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures left still. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to kill him before he has a ginormous lifelink swing. So the Wanderbrine Trapper is going to be important here. If we can tap down whatever creature he activates Breeze effect on, then I'm pretty sure we win. Unfortunately, he realizes that and he blows up the Wanderbrine Trapper. That's smart of him. Six damage in the air, 1 unblockable. The only other discard we have is the Silver Gill Mentor. So 4 blockers. If we attack with our ground attackers, I think that's still a good idea. Because 2 of his blockers are X1s. Smart, I think. Oh, this is not sorcery speed. Well, now we know. I think we still attack out all. knowing that because he's removed 2 blockers to do this. Goes to 1. 1 is not 0. That's a problem. For life. He can give something flying with Bree, and he can give Kithkeeper flying by tapping his 1/1 tokens. So I think he's got it in the bag here. We'll make a little guy of our own. Oh no, can he play it for free? He can. Pyrrhic Strike, yike. He can Blight as well to destroy our Klotchin Festival if he'd like. He does Blight. Smart. Onto the Great Forest Druid. Land, I don't think it's going to do it. Alright, just the Gravel Gill has got to go. I think there's no chance we win from here. He has a Marrow Sky Swimmer of his own. That's crazy. Makes sense for Vivid. Now he's got all 5 colors, I believe. Red, white, black, green. Blue. Three, 4, 6, 7, 8. Wouldn't be enough. He's got another Kithkeeper. He plays for free. Alright, well. Play this out. In case we've got a daily quest. Drop this. Attack with all creatures in case we've got a daily quest. And scoop. Good game. Here we go. This is only our second time seeing our Merfolk Lord. I think we still will play Brigid on turn 3 if we have Convoke. If we have a bunch of lands by turn 3, I could see us playing the Peddler instead so that we can attack with the 3-4 and toss some lands. Technically, we would be trading up if we attack with the Deep Channel Duelist here. But we did draw a bunch of lands. Let's play a Plains into a Peddler. Oh no, not Bree again. Alright. Gravelgill can get us discarding cards quicker. We're not doing anything with the Brigid bodies yet, so I think it's actually correct to play out Gravelgill. Okay, here, let's attack with that Gravelgill scoundrel. 2/4 is 2 power. We can also attack with the Peddler. We should have played a Merfolk first. But we can get rid of this Plains. Tap this guy. We could have done more damage with the Tributary Vaulter had we been paying attention. Okay, this is going to be hard to race 4 lifelink in the air each turn. We really need to draw into our Temporal Cleansing or ideally our Liminal Hold. The Wanderbind Trapper and Runaway together would delay the lifelink at least 1 turn. Oh no, a reach creature. Okay, we tap the Peddler and the Tributary Vaulter as we attack in with the Gravelgill Scoundrels here. Boo. If we get one of our 2 copies of Marrow Sky Swimmer, that's another way to get enough power and toughness on the board to block this reluctant down guard he keeps giving flying. But it's possible he gets a larger creature soon anyways. Oh no, what was that? Dundle Weaver. Oh, well, at least he doesn't bring anything back. Alright, let's drop the Wanderbrine Preacher so we can gain some life. And here... do we attack with this thing into a 3/4? We're still looking for removal. So I think we need to ditch this festival. We're going to have to ditch land instead. Does he have a trick? Doesn't use it. And it may be correct to hold this thing, but let's play this out. Gives us something to do with our mana if we're just discarding our cards rather than playing them. Trying to get to removal. The Dundle Weaver. It doesn't have anything to target in the graveyard still. So he actually doesn't return anything. He will hit us for 6 in the air this turn. And he could have actually flashed in the Flock Imposter to trade with our Tributary Vaulter by double blocking with that 3/4 reach and the 2/2. We did still have open mana, so I understand him not doing it. But he would have been able to do that and then blow up our Silver Gale Peddler, because I think he realizes he wins pretty hard with free here. He could just swing out if he wanted to, honestly. I guess he chooses not to. Oh no. He doesn't have the mana to blight just yet, but he could play that on our flyer. And then we'll have an even harder time. Okay, not good enough. Let's get our daily quest in here and scoop. So that's 2 games that we lost to Bree. We definitely were in a pretty good position both games. If that Bree card is just a powerful common or uncommon. But 5-3, not too bad for this deck. We'll claim it. GG's. See you next time.